Well, I should ask you, Melanie, right?
Okay.
As a female gamer, do you feel represented in video games, or are you one of the 74% who feels
Gamerettes, they're
unrepresented?
called.
I feel like I want to see video game character babes that are like an idealization, like an ideal beauty, something I want to aspire to. I don't want a character that's just like, oh, okay, she's just exactly like me. I need some element of just greater than that.
When can we expect the videos from Star Wars Girl Baggage Claim and Melanie Mac, where they take all of their Dove bars of soap and burn them in the backyard?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a gun and shoot him.
Sounds like a Texan.
Yeah. Along with we have to burn some Nike bras along with it too.
Yes, you're right.
yes.
I agree. Burn all the bras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I would
all.
happily live in a braless world. That'd be all
I
right with me.
agree.
Nobody needs that, okay? Nobody needs that. Just
What
one
does
time.
soap smell like, I wonder?
What does a burning bra smell like?
No, it's soap, but...
Oh, burnt soap?
It's surprisingly hard to catch fire. Like, you know.
The weird thing about Dove is it is just soap, so you'd think it'd be a gender-neutral brand. You go to their videos page, you can scroll back 11 years, there is not a single man on any thumbnable.
Men don't use soap.
Well,
Men
apparently,
don't-
yeah,
men
men
don't
just
wash themselves
smell
this
naturally. It's like that's
We
just
have a
it.
natural-
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what brand my soap is. It's just soap.
Probably
It probably comes in
Iris
liquid
Springs.
form,
I'm gonna
and you
say
wash your hair with it at
Iris
the same
Springs. That's
time.
what every dude
Cleaning.
uses.
When I want to watch, I just go and I wait for it to rain, and I just go and stand outside for a while.
Hey, in
be
the
funny though
UK,
if,
that's every day.
Like, come on.
This is
This
10
ad
years
comes out.
away.
Fair in your
And,
country, that's every minute of every day.
I was
So.
gonna say, it's a constant showers. That's kind of convenient.
Free
if you think about
showers
it.
every day. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's a nature shower. It's great.
I like the idea that plenty of guys saw the ad. They were like, "That's it. I'm getting rid of my Dove soap." Like, honey, do we even have
Dove, what brand?
soap? She's like,
Honey,
"No, we
what
don't." It's like,
brand of
"Oh,
soap
well,
do we use?
whatever."
It's like, buy some just so I can throw it out.
Yeah.
We don't have any Dove. I guess I'll burn the L'Oreal.
Well, you know,
I'll just burn my
Close
house down.
enough.
Just burn the house down and everything in it.
All right, what's his head and shoulders? Is
No
that
more
for
showers
girls?
for anyone.
so many brands have lost their minds recently. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Bud Light has apparently fallen off the map. Miller Lite has joined them because apparently, like, you know, if you don't like give all your money to women brewers, then you're a nightmare. Or
Dude,
something.
The best thing about
classic
Miller
one.
Lite is it was an old advert that got dug up. So they probably thought, hey, we got
Yeah,
away
it-
with it. Nobody
it
saw
came
us.
out.
Everyone went mental
Yeah.
over Bud Light. That was it. And then it was like,
That's
oh
right.
no, they
But
found
imagine,
it.
It
imagine
came
if that
out.
was your
Oh, yeah,
mentality
yeah.
with your adverts, though, of like, oh, I hope no one sees this. That's not really what you want.
Yeah.
That's how that is the mark of a good advertisement, a good commercial is when you say, I hope no one sees this.
Flies under the radar.
Well, that's the
When,
thing. You see their marketing department, and you're like, not a single one of you drink beer ever. You're not like people. The companies need to learn.
if we were gonna
Remember when
drink
it
beer,
was?
it would just be Bud Light.
But remember when games used to be advertised like made by gamers for gamers? That made sense because your
Right.
target market should be the ones marketing the product. And now it's like, yeah, we
Exactly.
hire everyone except our target demographic, and
Yeah.
that's going to work out well.
Hey, Disney's trying to disappear a show right now. They're trying to do that with an actual show with Echo.
Which
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I love how
I've
it was
heard-
pitched as like a good thing. This is the
I've-
first time we've ever done it.
Yeah. I've heard.
And it was
things
our
behind the scenes
choice.
about that show. It just sounded like a nightmare. I don't think it was a happy set. Put it that way.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Miller
you are
Lite ad, though, it was bizarre because when she says, and what did they do for women? What did they do after all this? Like, put them in bikinis. And I was like, right. So when do they get to the problem? It's like, where's the criticism? Where's
Well,
the...
yeah, I love how it opened as well, and it was like women were amongst the first people to be involved in brewing, and I thought, well, of course they fucking were. Your choices were men or
Yes!
women. Like, of course they were among the first people. They had to be there.
Women gave birth
Out
to
of-
the viewers. That's
Yeah.
what they did.
Out of all 74
Women were among the
genders,
first species
female
to
was the
brew
second
beer.
one to brew
I
beer.
feel like I'm living under a rock. What are we talking about?
You're living
All the
under
great
a
There was
rock.
a
Oh!
Miller Lite
There.
You
advert.
didn't see the Miller Lite ad?
Yeah.
I just woke up.
It's
Well-
pretty classic.
It was a few days ago.
It was a few days ago, but I don't blame you if you needed extra sleep. There's like this feminist woman who goes on screen and she's just like, hey, you know, women pioneered the way for beers. We're one of the first people to ever brew beer. And they repay
came in
us by putting
second.
us in bikinis.
And
Yeah.
Didn't people used to drink beer because the water was like poisonous or toxic? So
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
drank
Yeah.
beer back then.
Everybody drank beer, but it's so funny because according to feminists, it's as if like until the 1960s, women were just locked up in cages and didn't do anything.
Yes.
Right?
As opposed to
We were part of
the thing to be fair, and I don't want to offend any of the ladies present, but your kind really still hasn't been forgiven for bringing in prohibition in the 1920s because that was disproportionately women. That's one of the things they're not going to tell you when they do beer adverts. Women were some of the first people to brew, but they were also the people who ganged up and said, no, while the men are away at war, we're going to take away the booze from them so they'll be miserable as fuck when they come home.
Alcohol ban.
Right, that's it.
Well, the thing, they revise
That's
history. It's
trigger,
like we
mate.
pretend that the 1930s weren't when women arrived from space, and that you know we welcomed them in, but now they pretend like they were here the whole time. I just don't understand.
Before that, it was just like two dudes who would look at each other and be like, "You want to make a baby?" Yeah, and then it just appears.
And the stores
Nice
would
one, dude.
fly in and just
If
drop a baby
anything,
off.
women should be like promoting beer because of all of like the beer goggles that guys get. Like, because there's a lot of women
Hey.
that wouldn't have any chance if it wasn't for beer.
I was
So
gonna
it's-
say you could have an advert with a really fat, ugly woman, and she'd be like, "Look, I need beer.
A
Like,
Dove
'cause it's
advert.
literally the only way I can get laid."
hey, for some women, that's the thing.
If
Who
they
here
put
is-
Lizzo in a commercial in a bikini, they'd be glorifying it.
Who's singing Beer Fest here?
The whale
Anybody
and
seen
shrink
Beer
wrap.
Fest?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it.
Okay, so remember the
It's
dancing
Broken
scene?
Lizard, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Where you
yeah.
think he's dancing with this really hot chick and takes her home, and she wasn't. She was Lizzo. Anytime.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Shallow Hal situation.
Aw,
You guys remember Shallow Hal? That was a film.
yes.
Oh,
I thought you were going to
That
say,
was a
do you
film,
remember
yeah.
Shaolin Showdown?
I mean, we remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Beer
Oh,
Fest.
yeah, right.
Oh shit! I just realized Metal's backstage as well. I forgot to add him in. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Metal. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Why
you moved
always
too
me?
far along.
It's fine. I mean, I get forgotten all the time. I mean,
Not by me, Metal. I think about you every night before I fall asleep.
I listen to
wow.
all these
Yeah.
alt-right pipeline stuff, and the
Now
German
you're
is
going
right here in backstage. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say when I bring in the Brits, I'm like, well, they can class things up a little bit with their sly British humor, and then when it comes to a German, I'm like, what can he bring to the table?
Nothing.
Beer.
Beer, and
Healthy
bratwurst.
nationalism.
To be fair,
what do
I
you
was
think
just
about
I was
women?
in Berlin just a few weeks ago, and I fucking
Oh,
loved
sorry.
it. Like the beer was fantastic, the food was great, and it was a very nice experience. I liked it, and the people were super friendly. Every single person I spoke to spoke English.
German beer doesn't come with a hangover compared to English beer.
No.
I don't know what it is, but it's
Just
way
don't
better.
drink enough of it then.
Don't know. Yeah, you need to drink it.
Oh, well, I drank
I
enough.
gave,
of it.
I gave it
Listen,
my best shot when I was there.
Believe me.
The only
At least
multinational
these
thing
days.
that Metal likes is the Blitzkrieg. Okay, let's be clear.
I like that Drinker describing his fun times as just like a compliment to Metal somehow. Like
I enjoyed
Metal's responsible for your fun time.
I'm happy you enjoyed the city I don't live in anywhere.
Germans
close
were
to.
among the first to brew beer.
Yeah.
Me personally.
That's
I'm
true.
brewing some right
And
now.
German
on the table.
women.
What thanks did they get? Later hosens.
Yeah.
They got
That's
all
how I
the
say
women
That's
celebrating
how you
it,
say
you know,
goodbye to
come
a
on.
German, right? Later, Hosen.
Ah.
Only if it's a
That's
German
it,
woman, I
that's it.
A
suppose.
German
But yeah.
Canadian. Yeah.
Germanian.
I like this
Okay.
one. Metal created Berlin. Thank you for making Berlin.
Not bad, Mel.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Single-handedly.
That's why I don't have a lot of money. It's because I created Berlin.
Yeah, well, it's an expensive city to build, I suppose.
Yeah, it was not
We
worth
gotta
it.
properly introduce him to the conversation. Mel, opinion on women. What do you think?
Yay or nay?
I think
Women,
they're
yes or
allowed
no?
to-
Should they,
Right?
should they be
no,
allowed to
the
exist?
answer.
We'll try not to be offended if it's nay.
On a scale of yes to no, how do you feel about women?
Metal, as a woman, do you feel excluded from 26% of video games?
I do now because I lost so much weight. It's like, damn it, I shouldn't have. No, I'm not represented anymore. Damn it.
Hey, Metal takes off the headphones and his face just whoomph swells out.
Yeah, the headphones
Finally,
freedom.
yes.
That's the only thing holding his head in
A
check.
giant
It's like,
intellect.
Finally, I can have more
way.
strudel.
The games where you
Oh,
can like
strudel.
edit the bodies as much as possible, most people only ever choose to play as like a really fat person.
Exactly.
Yeah, with tiny arms.
Can my
Yeah.
skin be blue? Yes,
It's
just
always
like
like
me.
the opposite.
When you fat roll as a huge character in Dark Souls, it's just funny as fuck. He's like,
I'm gonna recreate the traps from Indiana Jones.
Ark Survival Evolved is basically like a giant, horrible war of like the deformed people. Everyone just maxes the sliders or makes them minimal because they're the most horrific thing.